Good morning. I'm practitioner Jean Watson. Today's reading is from the Science of Mind. In saying that no man puts a piece of new cloth on an old garment or new wine into old bottles, Jesus was teaching a lesson in religious development. We are continuously living a new life. And when the old and the new do not fit nicely together, the old, being no longer able to contain the new, should be discarded. Continuing, we must expect new revelations of old truths. We should never lose sight of the fact that the soul is on the pathway or an endless and ever-expanding experience, and that only by expansion can it evolve. This does not mean that we should cast away any good the old has to offer, but that we convert it into a greater good, accepting the lessons and experiences of the past and taking the best from everything. We should press boldly forward, looking ever for the truth and ever ascending higher and higher into the heavens of reality. There is no limit to the possibility inherent in all mankind. Let the timid soul put its complete trust in good and press bravely on. And our affirmation I will read through once, and then we will say it together. I am unlimited in creating the good in my life. I am
unlimited in creating the good in my life.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, Jean.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jean.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Joseph Selig, the music director here at the Everyday Center, and this morning it's a privilege and a treat to be accompanying Annie Goodwin. Annie has performed many times over the years here at Everyday. It's in the past year or two or three, it's been infrequent, so it's great to have you here with us this morning. Annie has been chanting and leading kirtan for probably 8 or 10 years, and she is a wonderful singer. She also writes a lot of her own chants. One of the things that's going on in her personal life that she's quite excited about, besides the things you heard earlier, at the end of a year of training in psychic mediumship, it has really offered her a lot of transformation. Please join me in welcoming Annie Goodwin.
Unless I stick it up my nose, we might not sound so nice. Well, it is always a pleasure to be here. So my heart is always here. So, all right, next chant we're going to do. February is a time when we would celebrate Shiva, the god Shiva. February is a time we call Shiva Ratri. And we talk about the different stages of Shiva, but the one that I always feel is that the meditative state of being in that space of internal investigation and love. So this song is going to be bringing in another aspect of Shiva. This is the destroyer. Shiva, if we look at the triad, we have, oh goodness, I'm going to get it mixed up right now, but anyway, Shiva is the destroyer, and without destruction, we cannot have creation. So Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the sustainer, and then Shiva will be the destroyer. Now, there is a female, same thing, and Kali is the goddess of the same thing as Shiva and the destruction. She's the one that has the skulls around the neck and the big, tongue that sticks out. She's the one that you will call in when you really need some help to slay the evil thoughts in your minds or whatever. That's so. But we're going to be singing to her as well, and then to Krishna. Krishna is the heart. So we're going to do a little bit. So on number 27 on your song sheet, we will be doing Shiva, Kali, and Krishna. There's a whole bunch of names, so I just didn't want you to get stuck in the middle of all of them when we're only going to be doing 3. All right? All right. And Joseph and I have been playing together in 2 iterations of kirtan bands together, so this even lends back to, or no, not this one, the first one lends back to our kirtan caravan, right? All right. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, Om Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Mata Kali Ma, Om Mata Kali Ma, Om Mata Kali Ma, Jaya Jaya, Om Mata Kali Ma, Om Mata Kali Ma, Om Mata Kali Ma, Jaya Jaya, Om Mata Kali Ma, Om Mata Kali Ma, Om Mata Kali Ma, Jaya Jaya, Om Mata Kali Ma, Jaya Jaya, Om Mata Kali Ma, Jaya Jaya, Om Mata Kali Ma, Om Mata Kali Ma, Om Mata Kali Ma, Matukali Maha, Jaya Jaya Om Matukali Maha, Jaya Jaya Om Matukali Maha, Mama, 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 Krishna Om Hare Krishna, Om Hare Krishna, Om Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Jaya Jaya Om, Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Hare Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Hare 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 Om, Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Om Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Hare Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Hare Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Hare 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 Om, Hare Om, Krishna Hare Om, Om Krishna Hare Om, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya Om Namah Shivaya, Jaya Jaya Om Namah Shivaya. I got so into it, I forgot what I was playing. Om Namah Shivaya. It's the end. Wow, I got way into that story. That was not my professional
Because I'm scared.
Same question, let's see.
Yes, I think that's fine. Is that fine?
That's fine.
Yes. Okay, everybody can hear?
Yes.
Okay, good. So before I begin this morning, Annie, we have a everyday tradition, and we didn't get a chance to do it because you were so busy apologizing for something that we didn't even know was wrong.
That's the performer in me. Sorry, I know that better.
So if you would please stand. And every day let's acknowledge Annie Goodwin. That jazz doesn't get very far here. Good morning, every day.
Good morning.
I'm Rev Ann Rea, and it is my delight to greet you, to enjoy this gorgeous morning together, to just feel such gratitude and enthusiasm for this opportunity to welcome new people to our midst who have driven from Las Vegas, New Mexico. I don't care, it's Las Vegas, New Mexico. It's far. Even by Santa Fe, you know, understanding. It's far. So welcome. I haven't even had a chance to say hello to you yet. So welcome everyone. So I started to tell you that I have this extraordinary privilege, which is to serve with the practitioners, to serve with the board, to serve with this incredible community as its senior minister. Woo! And you know, I say that every week, and it may occur to somebody, boy, she must really need applause. Because she makes sure that everybody else gets applause, and she must really need applause. No, I don't need applause. I need everyone in this room to know how amazing you are, even if I don't know you. Because what I know is that we're all amazing. There isn't a single one of us that is missing a drop of amazing. She's missing a drop of amazing?
Oh, she's included in it.
Oh, of course. Carol is pointing to Misty, who is, of course, included.
Of course.
She is the epitome of amazing. I got a little nervous this morning, though, because Denise thought about bringing one of our cats, and I said, you know, I love them, and they're really well behaved, but I don't know. So anyway, we left them home, and they're listening home. So as many of you know by now, but not everybody, our theme for the year is Avenues of Good.
Yeah.
So we will be talking about that the entire year. And our theme for January began with talking about unfixed income. So in January, we're really looking at either things that we might be missing or ideas that have been entrenched in our minds for some reason by someone or something at some point that really aren't serving us.
Yeah.
Jean's reading this morning as our practitioner on podium this morning was just perfect. Because we do have things, don't we, that we have in mind, or that we we carry around with us in our little red wagon of whatever. And some of it serves us. First of all, wait, let me back up. Red wagon, back up. First of all, it all did. Let me make that clear. Every single thing that we have carried in our hearts as a belief, oh boy, this isn't going to last, all served us at one point or another. It may have kept us safe. It may have helped us understand how the world worked when we didn't have the mechanisms to figure that out for ourselves. It may, whatever. It has all served us. Yeah. And deserves, listen up now, it deserves our gratitude and respect. Because even though we may look at that thought now or look at that feeling now and go, oh my God, what are you doing thinking that? It wasn't always so. And so it doesn't deserve judgment. It deserves discretion. It's time for us to use our discretion, to use our intuition to discern what it is that serves us now. And when I say now, one of the things that those of you who have not been here before would not know is that we hold very intensely to the recognition that we are all new every day. Every day we are new. And the only thing that keeps us from being new is old ideas. That doesn't make them bad. It just means that it's time to build a beautiful library where you can put them where they belong. Yeah. And where they can be held safe, and because you might need them for reference. Yeah. You might need them in order to share them with someone else who is at that place. Because all of us being new doesn't mean that all of us are in the same new. Right. That's right. Yep. So today we're talking about as plentiful as air. Now, it makes perfect sense to me. It makes perfect sense to me that we would start looking at thoughts about insufficiency, and we would progress to as plentiful as air when we're looking at our lives. And yet there's somebody in this room, and actually I think there's two of you, because I can hear you. I can hear your mind going, no, that's not my reality. This is just more new thought mumbo jumbo. Okay, so we'll make room for new thought mumbo jumbo to be considered as an option. Okay. For at least 5 minutes. We'll give it its 5 minutes. But what about as plentiful as air? Now, I'm not talking about the quality of air, because we may have judgments about that. Although I guarantee you if you didn't happen to be around, living in a city where there were incinerators in people's backyards, you don't know what bad air is. And it was common. It was common to have an incinerator in your backyard. And it stunk to high heaven. It was efficient. All you had to do was walk out your back door and throw the trash in the incinerator. But we've learned other ways, have we not?
Yes.
And just like we've learned other ways with that, we have learned how to take care of our air. Now, is everybody on the same page about how to take care of our air? No. But do you know what? That doesn't matter. Now, please, just listen. Just listen for a minute. Would it be good if everybody was on the same page?
Yes.
In our opinion.
Yes.
Maybe. Good job, Patty. Maybe. Maybe. You know, it's interesting about Annie. It's interesting about our ideas.
Yeah.
And our opinions and our judgments. It's interesting about all of that because we're so convinced. None of us, of course, but we know people who are so convinced that if only everybody thought the way we did, believed the way we do, then everything would be peachy keen. We know people who believe that. This life was not meant to be homogeneous.
Thank you. There you go.
You're welcome. This life was not meant to be homogeneous. We were not meant to be alike. We were not meant to think alike. We were not meant to all walk to the same drummer. We were meant to love. We were meant to respect. We were meant to make room in the irrepressibility that we express. We were meant to make room enough for other ideas, other solutions, other answers, other questions. Sorry. We were meant to make room to hold all of that and to be in the same room with all of that and it to be okay.
Amen.
And that takes the kind of plenty that is air itself. Now stop and think about this for a second. Every place in the world right this minute that people are breathing, which is pretty much every place.
If there's a special place where they aren't breathing.
Yeah, well, that's true, but that's because they've stopped, not because they didn't. Every place in the world where people are breathing, they're breathing the same air we are. They're breathing the same air we are. When we talk about looking at the sky, as we were earlier, and seeing the stars, happy new moon, by the way, we all see the same. If we're in the southern hemisphere, we see it upside down, of course, because we believe this is right side up. We see it, but we see it the same. So why in the world do we spend so much bloody time accentuating differences?
That's right.
Accentuating separation, accentuating the yumminess that makes us unique as a thing that sets us apart. That's not why we're here. Is it, Patty? That's not why we're here. We're here, at the end of the reading of the 4 directions, if you happen to remember it, we are asked to put our hands over our hearts and look into each other's eyes and see God looking back at God. Now, if it's not comfortable for you to walk around with your hands over your heart all the time, then, you don't have to do it that way, but you can always look in anyone's eyes and see God looking back at God. Always. We don't need permission. We don't need a degree. We don't need a label or a title. We were born with that gift. And what a gift it is. As plentiful as air. Anywhere we go, anything we're doing, anything we're not doing. If we're watching football this afternoon, although I may be the only one. I know people who aren't here today who are already into it. We carry that with us. It is who we are.
Yeah.
And that love and that respect and that acknowledgement is as plentiful as air. There is no shortage. We look at conditions and circumstances in the world, and we might see shortage. I'm not saying everybody would, but we might see shortage. And how do we judge it if we don't? Okay, so stop yelling at me. How can I look out into the world and not see shortage? You're yelling at me. You think I can't really hear you? Ha! Because the idea of shortage in the world is an idea.
Yes.
Now wait, but they don't have water, and they don't have this, and they don't have that, and they don't have enough food, and they don't have shelter, and we have people in our own backyard that don't have all of those things. But did that exist on its own before somebody had the idea that it existed?
No.
It is a man-made circumstance, condition. Do we want to resolve it? Do we want to make sure that everybody always has the enough that we keep talking about, the plenty that we, or at least I keep talking about? Absolutely. Absolutely. But people have to stop doing this before that can happen.
Yeah.
Because it's a together thing. It's a together thing, without judgment, without fear, without resistance, without hesitation, without separation. It's a oneness. Because there's really only one of us here. And I am the same one as the fellow on the street. And he is the same one as Carol. And Carol is the same one as the President of the United States. And the President is the same one as the Governor of New Mexico. I heard that. So as we're contemplating the idea of as plentiful as air, and that's how truly plentiful our good is. If we're willing to accept it, if we're willing to think about it in those terms. As we're thinking about as plentiful as air, if our good is as plentiful as air, and I believe it is, then there is plenty to share.
Yeah.
There is no shortage. There is a belief in shortage,
Right.
but that isn't mine. That is not mine. My belief is that there's plenty and it's a distribution issue. I always like to give you homework. So I'm giving you the homework, oh, bless you, on the truth. Thank you for reminding me, because I had an idea earlier. I'm making a left-hand turn here, it happens. I was listening very carefully to the sharing that happened this morning. And some people call them testimonials, some people call them demonstrations, but whatever it is, people were sharing good things that were happening in their lives. I don't know when the last time was that we had anybody announce how happy they were about a tractor. But it really caught my attention. And we're happy for your tractor.
I have pictures if you want to see.
As well
As the baby, yes, I have.
as your new grandchild. Gather demonstrations, gather testimonials, gather reasons to celebrate. Show up here next Sunday with your new business, with a successful surgery, with whatever it is that you're cooking up this week. Even if you don't know what it is yet, remember you're new every day. Because believe you me, every day is ready to celebrate with you.
That's right.
And so it is.
So it is.
All right. So for our my last tune, we're going to be doing number 5. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, which means may all the beings in all the worlds be happy and free, and may my life be the giving of happiness and freedom for all. I think it was perfect for what we were. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. 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 Love and laughter can heal the world. Love and truth can free the world. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta
laughter can heal the world. Love and truth can free the world. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Love and laughter can heal the world. Love and truth can free the world. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Be good, be free, be loved, go in peace, be good, be free, be loved, go in peace, go in peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Sushantir Bhavatu, Sushantir Bhavatu, Sushantir Bhavatu. Om Shanti, Om Shanti.